Hello students, coming to the next problem. So we have to find the real root of the equation x log x is equal to 1.2 and which lies between 2 and 3. So once again we are going to solve non-algebraic equation and the root of that equation lies between 2 and 3. Okay, so coming to the solution. So let f of x is equal to, so x into log x. Since we are having two types of logarithms, one is base 10 logarithm and the second one is base e logarithm. So we have to use base 10 logarithm for calculations. Okay, so this is x log x to the base 10 minus 1.2 is equal to 0. Okay, so this is the given equation, and it was also given that the root lies between 2 and 3, so that we have to use the numbers 2 and 3. So that first I am checking f of 2. So it means we have to substitute 2 in the given equation, so that we get 2 into log x to the base 10 minus 1.2. So the value of this f of 2 is equal to minus 0.59, which is a negative value. Okay, so coming to the next one, that is f of 3. F of 3. So 3 into log x to the base 10 minus 1.2. So this is equal to 0.23, which is a positive value. Okay, so whenever we get opposite signs for two different numbers, then by known theorem we say that one root lies between those two roots. Okay, so therefore finally we get f of 2 is less than 0 and f of 3 is greater than 0. Okay, so I am underlining this statement. So therefore one root lies between 2 and 3. So now we have to find the approximations. If we want to find the approximations, we require two numbers with opposite signs. Here we are having two distinct numbers with opposite signs. One is f of 2 and the second one is f of 3. Okay, so now we can calculate the first approximation. So first approximation. And the first approximation is denoted by x1, and x1 is nothing but the average of the two numbers which are having opposite signs, and those are 2 plus 3 by 2, which is equal to 5 by 2, and 5 by 2 is nothing but 2.5. Okay, so the first approximation is 2.5. So after getting 2.5, we have to find f of x1. It means f of 2.5. It means we have to substitute 2.5 in the given equation, that is x log x minus 1.2. So that I am substituting 2.5 into logarithm of 2.5, of course base 10 minus 1.2. So this is equal to minus 0.205, which is a negative value. It means f of 2.5 is a negative value. Okay, so in order to find the next approximation, we require two numbers with opposite signs. Here I am having f of 2.5 less than 0. So from the above step, we have to carry a positive value so that we can calculate the next approximation. So from the above step, we are having f of 3 should be greater than 0. So that we have to carry from the above step. Once again, I am underlining those two terms. So now we can able to find the next approximation, that is second approximation. The second approximation is denoted by x2, and x2 is nothing but the average of the two numbers which are having opposite signs, and those are 2.5 plus 3. So by 2 we get 5.5 by 2. So 5.5 by 2 is nothing but 2.75. So this is second approximation. So immediately after getting second approximation, we have to find f of x2. It means we have to substitute 2.75 in the given equation, so that we get 2.75 into logarithm of 2.75, of course base 10 minus 1.2. Okay, so this is approximately equal to 0.00816, which is a positive value. It means f of 2.75 is a positive value. Okay, in order to find the next approximation, so we have to carry negative value from the above step. Okay, since we are having f of 2.5 as positive, so that we have to carry negative value from the above step, and from the above step we are having f of 2.5 as negative, so that I am carrying that particular value to find the next approximation. Once again, I am underlining those two terms. So now I am going to calculate the third approximation. Okay, so x3. Once again, we have to find the average of the two numbers which are having opposite signs, and the numbers are 2.75 plus 2.5 by 2, so which is equal to 2.625. So we have found three approximations so far, and if you observe the three approximation values, so just we are not at all having even one decimal place also equal. Okay, so one decimal place is also not equal from the three approximations, so that we have to continue some more approximations. Okay, so after getting x3, now we have to find f of x3. So this is equal to f of 2.625, and this is equal to 2.625 into logarithm of 2.625 to the base 10 minus 1.2, and this is equal to minus 0.09 approximately, which is a negative value. Okay, therefore f of 2.625 is a negative value. So once again, in order to calculate the next approximation, we require a positive value, so that we have to carry that positive value from the above step. Okay, from the above step we are having f of 2.75 as a positive value, so that we have to carry that particular value, so to calculate the next approximation. Once again, I am underlining those two terms. So now I am going to calculate the next approximation, that is fourth approximation. So fourth approximation. So once again, fourth approximation is nothing but we have to find the average of those two numbers. So 2.625 plus 2.75 by 2. Okay, so which is equal to approximately, that is equal to 2.6875. 2.6875. So if you observe third approximation and fourth approximation, now we are getting one decimal place equal. Okay, so I will continue until two decimal places are equal. Okay, I will continue until two decimal places may be equal. Okay, right. So after getting x4, we have to find f of x4, and this is equal to f of 2.6875. So it means we have to substitute this particular value in the given equation into log of 2.6875 minus 1.2. Of course, here we are having base 10, and this is equal to minus 0.046, which is less than 0. Okay, it means f of 2.6875 is a negative value. Once again, in order to calculate the next approximation, we require a positive value. So from the above step, we have to carry the positive value, that is 2.75 greater than 0. So once again, we have to underline these two terms in order to calculate the next approximation, that is fifth approximation. So fifth approximation. So x4, x5. The fifth approximation is denoted by x5. And once again, we have to calculate the average. So 2.6875 plus 2.75 by 2. And this is equal to 2.625. 2.71875. Okay, so 2.71875 is the fifth approximation. Okay, no problem. Once again, we have to find f of x5. This is equal to f of 2.71875. So this is equal to 2.71875 into logarithm of 2.71875 to the base 10 minus 1.2. It means we have to substitute the approximation value in the given equation so that we get f of x5 is approximately equal to minus 0.01, which is a negative value. It means we get f of 2.71875 is a negative value, and once again we have to carry a positive value from the above step, so that I am carrying 2.75, which is a positive value. Once again we have to underline these two terms in order to calculate the next approximation. Okay, so coming to the next approximation, that is sixth approximation. So sixth approximation, and that is denoted by x6. This is equal to, once again we have to find the average, 2.71875 plus 2.75 by 2. So this is equal to 2.734375. So this is the sixth approximation. So immediately after getting the sixth approximation, we have to find f of x6. So that is f of 2.734375. Okay, this is equal to, so 2.734375 into logarithm of 2.734375 to the base 10 minus 1.2. So which is equal to, the sixth approximation is equal to, f of x6 is equal to minus 0.00546, which is a negative value. It means f of 2.734375 is a negative value. Once again we have to carry positive value from the above step, and that is 2.75, which is greater than 0. So once again we have to underline these two terms so that we have to calculate the next approximation, that is seventh approximation. Seventh approximation. Okay, so that is x7, and that is equal to 2.734375 plus 2.75 by 2. We have to find the average of the two numbers which are having opposite signs. So this is equal to, so 2.7421875. Okay, after getting x7, we have to find f of x7, and that is f of 2.7421875. Okay, so on substituting this value in the given equation, so we get 2.7421875 into logarithm of 2.7421875 to the base 10 minus 1.2, and this is approximately equal to 0.0013, which is a positive value. It means f of 2.7421875 is a positive value. Once again we have to carry the negative value from the above step. So f of 2.734375, okay, which is a negative value. So we have to underline these two terms once again in order to find the next approximation. So coming to the eighth approximation. Eighth approximation. Eighth approximation. So that is x8. And it is the average of the two numbers which are having opposite signs, and those are 2.7421875 plus 2.734375 by 2. If we calculate this value, we get 2.73828125. Okay, So if you observe the third and seventh and eighth approximations, here this value can be written as, the eighth approximation can be written as, this is approximately equal to 2.74. Why? Because so the third digit after decimal, if you observe the third digit, it is 8. Whenever we are having a 5 or more than 5, we can add 1 to the before digit so that the rest of the digits can be deleted. So this is approximately equal to 2.74. So if you observe the 8th and 7th approximations, so two digits are equal after the decimal place. Okay, we are having two digits equal after the decimal place. So that I am stopping here in the 8th approximation. Therefore, I'm writing the root of the equation is it is approximately 2.74. Okay, so this is the, in this way we can solve either algebraic equation or non-algebraic equation by using bisection method. Okay, so I have given you one more problem, that is you have to find the real root for the equation cos x minus 3x plus 1 is equal to 0. Once again, this equation is also a non-algebraic equation. Okay, while solving non-algebraic equations, so whenever we are having trigonometric functions in those equations, first of all, our calculator should be in radians only. Okay, first we have to look that whether our calculator should be in radians or not. If not, first immediately we have to put our calculator into radians. Then only we have to start the calculations. Okay, so here also we have to find the root of the given equation. Okay, so here whenever it was not mentioned that a positive root or negative root, we can select any type of numbers. Okay, starting from 0, whether you can go to negative side or you can select positive numbers, whatever it may be. Okay, so we have to select the number so that the signs of those two numbers should be opposite. We have to select until the signs of two different numbers should be opposite. So then we say that root lies between in those two numbers. Okay, so try this problem and find the solution for this particular problem. I think maybe 6 to 7 approximations is required to solve this problem. Okay, thank you.